What's happening, sports fans? Welcome back to another episode of Mama and Papa Joe. It's Sunday, and Mama and I are getting ready to knock out a quick Sunday dinner. We've got some grilled lamb chops on the menu. Grilled lamb chops with a bourbon glaze. This ought to be delicious. We appreciate you stopping in to check out our channel. If this is your first time, don't hesitate to look around. We think you're going to want to hit that subscribe button. Thanks as usual to our loyal fans for helping us get this far. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is make a nice glaze for these lamb chops. Very simple glaze, but very flavorful as well. What we've got here is one large finely minced garlic clove, a little piece of yellow onion finely minced, about a half teaspoon of oregano, half teaspoon of rosemary, and some chopped parsley, all into the pool. We're coming back with the juice of one lemon and maybe a good quarter cup of some olive oil. Just a little salt and a decent amount of cracked black pepper. We want to give this a good mix, and we're going to set this aside while we get our lamb trimmed up. So here's a beautiful rack of lamb, man. Not much trimming needed to be done. As a matter of fact, really, there shouldn't be any trimming, but I like to simply thin out this little bit of a fat cap. I don't want to remove it completely. I like it to crisp up just a little bit while on the grill. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8 bones, and then if you count these little end pieces, 10 pieces. You can leave the end pieces on these last bones because they tend to be pretty thin. Kind of tricky getting in between these bones because they interlock. I'm not removing the membrane. Let's see what we're looking like here. Again, this one is going to be pretty thick. All right, so here we have our 10 pieces of lamb chop. And we're simply going to put this into our marinade. Give it a good toss. Refrigerate. Overnight would be perfect, would be awesome. But if you don't have time for overnight, just 2, 3, 4 hours will do. All right, and we're going to refrigerate this for a couple of hours. So while our lamb is marinating, we're going to go ahead and create our bourbon glaze. We're going to start with about a quarter cup or so of honey. I'm not going to measure. About a quarter cup or so of honey. Maybe a teaspoon, a little splash of white wine vinegar. Some bourbon of your choosing. I'm going to go with about a quarter cup or so. Don't be afraid. You're going to warm this up and that alcohol is going to cook off. It's going to leave a nice nutty flavor. A little pinch of salt. And a nice healthy dose of some cracked black pepper. Before using, you're going to place this on the stove and bring it to a nice rolling boil. Allow that alcohol to cook off and it's going to thicken up nicely. All right, so our Chops have been out the fridge for about an hour or so, warming up. Still got the marinade on them. Did not wipe it off. We're gonna be seasoning very simple. I'm just gonna add some coarse cracked pepper and then come back with a nice healthy dose of Cavender's Greek seasoning. Really love it. It goes well on lamb. Make sure I'm getting that out there. All right, so cracked pepper first. And we're gonna go get this pit warmed up. Our chops are gonna go on, man. I've got a handful of coals, about 12 Cowboy Hardwood Briquettes. And I'm just gonna smoke these for maybe 15 minutes offset before we go into that hot sear. I just want to get a little smoke. Dry these out just a hair. Come back with our vent over our meat. All right, so I did 10 minutes on each side. So for a total of 20 minutes, we've got good smoke that hit these. I'm gonna pull them, let this rest just a little bit and get this fire really, really hot. All right, so I've got my glaze here, man, nice and thick. Cooked down, got rid of the alcohol. Nice and delicious. I'm gonna give these partially cooked chops a good brushing. These will not take long to cook over that hot fire. I'm looking for that 140 to 145. If you're into more cooked, feel free to leave them on longer. I'm going to be doing my quick flip technique. Remember, there's a little sugar in this with the honey and the cooked down alcohol. So you've got to be very careful to avoid them burning. But I definitely do not want to overcook them. All right, our fire is good and hot, man. Our chops are glazed on each side. I'm going to be doing 30-second flips. So this will not take very long, especially with that sugar. Don't let the flame scare you. Just keep flipping. Get half of your grill has no fire, so if you feel the need to move them, you can quickly do that. Beautiful char. Alright folks, we've given these a few minutes to rest, man. Let's see what we are looking like here. Oh, oh, that is beautiful, man. Beautiful. Oh. Little chimichurri to cut that sweet just a little bit. Mama, check that out. Perfect. Perfect. Made nice little smoke to it. Wow. That crust, that char, wow, really brings some flavor. That nuttiness that I spoke about from that bourbon. That chimichurri complements that sweet. Awesome. Wow. Mom and I are getting ready to handle business, folks. If you're not in the lamb, it's only because you have not had lamb properly cooked, properly seasoned, marinated. Lamb is absolutely delicious when done correctly. I want to thank you guys once again for hanging out with Mama and Papa Joe. We really appreciate you watching. And if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, I don't know what you're waiting on. Please go ahead and make it happen. I know you enjoyed this video. We really appreciate your support. I want you guys to take care of yourselves, love each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Holla!
Holla!